All right, baby, we are ready to rock and roll. You are in the place to be. If you are a football athlete, a parent, a coach, this is going to be your show tonight. So we are pumped up. This is the Locker Room Show. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood, the one that holds me down every week on Thursdays to the far right. None other than Q the Guru with the red cup. What's going on, Guru?
You know, I wish I had Coach. Y'all remember Tang? Remember Tang? I need a cup of Tang, man. This ice water, man. I don't know where that came from. I just need
Tang
an ice
is liquid
cold.
diabetes.
It don't matter. I need either that or some Tampico.
Okay.
I'm just feeling that way, man. I'm gonna give me some too. Watch. Right after the show, I'm going to the store.
Okay, so if you know where to get some Tam, then you know who your customer is right there. That's Guru from the Lou. And then the man of the hour, you guys, the man of the hour is right in the middle of the screen. This is a gentleman that I remember playing. He was out there covering guys at Ohio U. Went on, you guys, to play in the NFL. He's doing some amazing things right now, giving back to the community, helping the next generation of DBs. So you DBs want to tune in tonight. And that is none other than the great Mark Parson. How's it going, Mark?
Man, life is good, man. You know, I appreciate you guys for having me on here. You know, I have stories for days, so I'm ready to go.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's go. We are pumped up. And once again, if you're joining us for the first time, this is the Locker Room Show. Every Thursday, you can come in 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Get your football fix. There is no off season in the locker room, you guys. So you are in the place to be. Make sure that you tell your friends and your family. And tonight's guest has got a lot to share with us. Now, this first topic, and if you're joining us for the first time, all the topics are on the bottom ticker there. I really wanted to get into with him because we've got some athletes making some decisions right now. Mark, talk to me about the Fork Union decision. I know that might not have been an easy decision for you. How did you end up at Fork Union?
You know what, man? I'm going to let you know right now, I hated Fork Union when I was there, right? But one of the best decisions in my life. You know, so here's how I got to Fort Union. So growing up in Richmond, Virginia, I went to Monacan High School. It's not a powerhouse. We don't have a lot of guys go play D1. We didn't have a lot of guys make it to the NFL. So we just didn't have that particular system where a lot of guys or other guys may have leadership and mentorship or coaches who know actually what they're doing. You know, I love my coaches, but they just didn't know what they were doing. They were there for 30 years, you know. So I had a successful senior year, but, you know, that came from an assistant coach. His name is Marcus Wilder. He's one of the best coaches that I've ever had. And he's still a friend to this day. And he played at the U, right? So he had experience. He played at the U when the U was the U, right? So he came back home and he's like, you know, he told me how to prepare. He told me about back squats, about power clean. So leading into my senior year, you know how it is. If you don't have your offer by sophomore year, you're not going D1, especially back then. So going into my senior year, he helped me prepare and a few of my guys, and I set like 5 records. I played running back, right? Set records. You know, we went 9-1 regular season, incredible year, but it just wasn't enough. So the only offer I had coming out of high school as a, you know, like a regular high school student was at Hampton University.
Okay.
So and I'm gonna tell you this. Yes, sir. HBCU. Yeah. Now, the only reason, check this out. The only reason I got that offer is because my sister played softball at Hampton, and she took my DVD, my highlight film, to the head coach, and he was like, "Oh, we got to get this guy." So relationships, nepotism, whatever you want to call it, it worked in my favor right there, right? So I just remember going to the visit. I went to the visit. And I always dreamed, I wanted to go to Virginia Tech, you know, UVA, like everybody else wants to in Virginia at that time. And I went on the visit, and I just remember the coach loved me. He was like, man, this is going to be the guy. And they were recruiting me to play running back. And I remember watching film with a couple of the players. And I'm serious, man. My goal is to play in the NFL. My goal was to be the best running back. I thought I was going to be Barry Sanders. You feel me?
Okay.
And I'm in there watching film. I'm serious. I got my notepad out there like, man, this square dude probably. And I just remember the dudes in there weren't serious. They were like talking about the halftime show. They're like, man, this girl's so thick. And I'm like in my mind, man, I'm trying to get to the league, dog. So I didn't want to go there. I looked at their weight room. The weight room, it was messy. It was small. It's like nobody cared about the preparation. Obviously, they didn't have money. It's HBC, you know how that is. But they didn't to me, no disrespect to Hampton. They're probably different now. But at that time, I didn't think they were taking football seriously, right? So I'm like, man, I'm struggling. And my brother and my mom, they're like, we got the paperwork. And I'm gonna tell you this, I love my family, but they signed my brother signed the paperwork and I didn't make my decision yet. So I had to call the coach and say, Coach, hey man, I didn't sign the paper, I don't want to go there. And this was like signing day. It was like something like signing day, So my Marcus Wilder, who's like, look, there's this place I can drive you up there. It's called Fort Union. It's about 45 minutes away. So I'm like, I'm gonna go there. So I went there and I tried out, worked out for Coach John Schumann, and he's the postgraduate guy. And he said, you remind me of this particular guy. And he said, hey, I like you. And he said I could go there, So that's how I got to Fort Union.
Wow. So you didn't even fully know what you were signing up for.
Oh, man, I didn't know. I just wanted to play ball. So I was willing to do whatever it took. And I'm not saying this is the right attitude, but I was like, look, D1 or bust. So it's either me going to the military or I'm gonna go D1. So I had a, that's what I was thinking. Shot.
But you think about it, fellas, it's like, man, that's what faith is, man. Faith is pure action. So that's what I'm the takeaway I'm getting from it, man. Because with faith, you don't know, you can't see the road ahead, man. You just believe in God and man what you got, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was because
that's a great story.
My mother was very upset because she was looking at it. You got a full ride, free education, man. What are you doing? You throwing it away for nothing? But that's kind of how I'm built. I'm an entrepreneur now, like, and it's been a long road. Yeah, I got articles out there. Oh, you got this contract and you got this and that. But guess what? Most of the time, it wasn't pretty. But that's how it is. It's been like that my entire life.
Wow, I appreciate you. And then you guys see why we wanted to have Mark on, because we knew we were going to get some good sauce. I see the great Ernest Munoz, who's a fan favorite of the show. Greetings from the Munoz family in Texas. Hey, congrats to Marco. His son is a DB, just got a couple offers. Class of 2028. Has already got offers, Colorado State, some Texas schools. So congrats to you guys on that. I figured you'd tune in when a DB came on the show. We're on to the next portion of the show, you guys. And this is underdog mentality. It's not all red carpet for all of us. Coach 5'9", right? 5'10". So, always kind of the underdog. Talk to the athlete that's watching tonight. That's thinking, hey, I know I can play, but for whatever reason my phone isn't ringing. What's the mentality that they need to have?
And just to let y'all know, I'm cool with y'all, so I'll tell y'all the truth. I'm 5'9", but on the website, on the internet, I'm 5'10". Just to let y'all know that. And guys, DBs at home, hey, always go inch up. All right, let them prove that you're an inch down. All right. So, man, going back to like this Fort Union experience, it was life-changing, and I was an underdog. So we had some of the top guys on the East Coast. My roommate, Philip Merlin, got drafted as second round, the first pick in the second round. He was committed to Clemson. The other cornerback on the other side already had his offer to UNC. We had multiple guys. The guy across the hallway, because, Fort Union, it's like boarding school. You're staying there. And I had Hampton, but I didn't, because they took it away. They were so upset. But the point is, I had nothing, man, and I'm the underdog, and I'm around these guys who have something. So, man, I just really, back then, I'm looking at it. I'm about to turn 40 now, but back then I'm looking at it was blind faith, because I didn't really have much experience, and this is the first time I'm away from my mother, and I was the baby of the family, so I was a mama's boy. My mom did all this stuff for me, So now I'm on my own, and this is military school. This is like, you got to do military drill. It's not easy. And then the back then the practices were crazy. We had like 3 a days, right? In the hot summer. I mean, The week didn't make it. The week didn't make it back then. It's a lot easier nowadays. So, you know, but I just said, man, I just kept going. And then I'm gonna tell you this. I remember it was the first college game of that year. So 2004, guys. It was USC versus Virginia Tech. Mind you, I wanted to go to Virginia Tech. My girlfriend, my high school girlfriend, she just completely cut me off when I went to Fort Union. She went to Virginia Tech. That's the school I wanted to go to. She was a cheerleader. And they were playing Reggie Bush. So USC versus Tech, first game of the season. And I found out she's dating one of the football players who got the DB. So in my mind, I'm like, that dude got my position. I mean, I was hurt, man. I was that night crying.
On multiple levels. Yeah.
Yes, man. He got my scholarship. And I'm here it felt like I was stuck, like I wasn't going anywhere, where the rest of the world was progressing in what they want to do. But now looking at it, I tell my young guys this: the delay is not a curse. The delay is a blessing, because this is your time where you develop. So develop. It's a blessing. You know, if I would have went straight to college, man, I wouldn't have been mature. I would have been soft mentally. This period at Fort Union, first of all, it didn't count against my eligibility, right? Boom. In today's world, the older teams win. We just saw that with Indiana. Obviously, you got to have good coaching, of course, but the older teams win.
Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, they do.
So you more mature, your body, you're going against better talent. You get to meet people, and you're away from home, away from your mom, your dad, whatever. It's comfort. And now by the time I got my, and I hustled to get that scholarship. That's a story in itself. I called every single coach on the East Coast. Me, as a 17-year-old or 18-year-old at that time, I called everybody. I pulled up on Skip Holtz when he was at ECU. I pulled up on these guys. I was sitting. I feel like T.I. selling my highlight tape out of the back of my trunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this: there's two ways I got lucky to get to Ohio, and I was an underdog. First of all, my coach told me, he said, "Mark, y'all look up Coach John Schumann, one of the greatest ever, yo. He Coach Eddie George, all those guys." He said, "You're not going to play D1 running back. You're not going to do it. You might as well just move the corner." And I'm sitting there in my classroom just hot, man. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I don't want to get hit by 240-pound linebackers let me move the corner. So I just started focusing on cornerback, and I really liked the position. And I started calling everybody. So I had just a couple visits. I had a UNC visit. They said no. They ended up saying no. And then I had Rhode Island. Now, Rhode Island was D1 AA at that time. So what happened was I went on my Rhode Island visit. Okay, guys, this is really big for parents and players. I went on my Rhode Island visit. I did not want to go there. It was D1 or bust, but I went on there really to get outside of military school just for the weekend. Yeah. I treated those, man, they had no money, guys. First of all, they might have been they went 0-11 that year. They had no money. We had to share on my official college visit. We had to share appetizers at the Applebee's. Wow. Okay. They had no money.
Stop.
No money, dog.
You had to share the
share appetizer. That was the main course.
Go to commercial. I can't do
so
this.
Look, so check this out. So
Applebee's commercial.
I can't do this.
So I this ain't it. But I treated everybody with respect. Yeah. Okay. I treated. I'm talking about. I said, yes, sir. Coach, I'm asking questions. I did some research before I even went. I knew the people, and I still was talking to him. And the DC was like, man, he's gonna change our program. And he was really selling me, but he really liked me. So I said, Coach, man, I really appreciate this opportunity to be here, man. This was an amazing opportunity. Thank you. But I gotta be real with you. I'm not gonna go here. The DC said, you know what, son, thank you for being honest with me and being respectful. Everybody liked you on this visit. You were cool, yada, yada, yada. I called. I didn't know they knew each other. I called Ohio. So they're on my list. University, and they just had a coaching change. The great Frank Solich was just coming in. The DB coach was Frederick Reed. Rest in peace, Fred Reed. He picked up the phone. Usually the guys didn't even pick up the phone, but he said, yeah, it's Coach Reed. I said, oh, Coach. I said, hey, look, I'm Mark Parson. I'm out of Fort Union, Virginia. I'm down south. I said, if you just look at my film, I'll be one of the best corners you've ever come to Ohio University. I sold myself. I cold called that dude, right? Mm-hmm. He said, okay, hold on. Let me go talk to the DC. That DC at Rhode Island was homies with the DC at Ohio University. So somehow my name got brought up even before I called. And he was like, wow. You gotta get this guy. So he said, wait, that dude called? Mark Parson called? Okay, bring him in. Didn't look at my film.
Wow.
They got me a ticket.
That's how it is, man.
And just to let y'all know, the defensive coordinator at Ohio University is Jimmy Burrow. That's the father of Joey Burrow, the great quarterback for the Bengals right now. So we used to, when I came to Ohio, Joey Burrow used to be running around the house.
That's so it's just crazy.
Small world. So you got to learn, you got to treat, your attitude has to be one of respect, patience. At the same time, there is a sense of urgency to get better every day. So just develop, and build your network, build your relationships, because you never know how it's going to play.
Yeah. Now, see, for those of you listening to that, how many times have we said on this show with burning bridges, right? And how small this industry is when it comes to players, but especially when it comes to coaches, because coaches are constantly moving around, but everybody knows everybody. So that's how it panned out for him, as you can see listening to the story, because, man, he got referred because he was respectful and he still, man, you know, was a good dude, man, and gave good energy on somewhere that even though he didn't end up. But you see how it panned out. That means a lot, man. You never know who these coaches know, but they all know each other. Trust.
We are definitely clipping that story. That was a great story. Man. I mean, on many, many levels for you athletes to run that back, because we're always feeling like we're out of control, right? But he's saying I took control. And then, God or in the universe met me halfway. So you guys got more control than you think right there. Yeah. Listen to Mark. All right. We're on to our next topic. And Guru, we're going to start off with you on this one, man. We're hearing some things through the industry that the parents are the problem, man. We got a parent right here who's facing a sentence for shooting a youth coach. We got a young man. This is a different sport, but same deal. Youth kids, because of the professionalized side of things now, are starting to get burnt out. We've got a coach right here saying parents can be a major problem driving the NIL and everything. So, Guru, talk to me a little bit, man. Do we have a new epic height as far as parents kind of being the problem, or do you think this is kind of par for the course?
No, man, absolutely not. We've seen this progressively get worse over time. The bigger NIL has gotten. It's when NIL really came on the scene, man, and where it's at now, it's so many parents trying to live vicariously through their kids, especially a lot of these dads, that never got their shot or they just do or whatever the case may be. So it's like they put all this pressure and try to live through their son, which is something you never should do. We've had Pro Bowlers on this show that have told their kids they don't even want them playing football at all. And the kid had to choose football, but it was never where they were forced to that excessive pressure, right? We've seen it, in signing days, man. I've seen where, a kid will choose somewhere that they want to go. This is a couple of years ago. I forgot the kid's name, but I think he ended up going to Florida instead of Bama, and his mom just walked off you remember that? And his mom just walked off the set. His mom just totally walked away from the table, cameras rolling and everything. Wow. All the news stations there, because he didn't go where she wanted him to go, right? So it's really getting out of hand. And again, that's one of the reasons, for this show as well. Like, parents, you got to check yourselves, right? Like, you're there for support, but it's one of those things where these kids are the ones that are putting in the physical effort in order to get better and make their grades and get these opportunities. And you sure as hell can't go to school with them. So they're going to have to make the ultimate choice. And you're teaching them as young men, well, you have to live with your decisions as far as where you're going to school. But you can't just snatch the wheel. This isn't your life to live, it's theirs. And you got to understand that early on, especially if you having a highly recruited kid.
Talk to me, Mark. I mean, you deal with kids and families with your training and coaching. If I'm a parent listening to this and I just want to support my kid. What's the best way? What's the best way for me to play my role?
The challenging part about this is emotions and business don't mix, right? So it's becoming a business. Like college, it's already been a business, but now the players can engage in this business. So you don't have to be elite and make it pro to make money now, right? Before it was just, hey, you get a scholarship, but you're still a broke college kid. Now you can be subpar, get some stars and get in college, and you've been making $500,000 a year. They pay you monthly, dude. Right? So guess what? Now the mom you can literally transform your family's life. And obviously parents see that. So now the business is bleeding into high school because you can get paid. And then in some states, they even, youth football, the parents, they're gambling on the sports,
Yeah.
So my point is business, it's a business. And then when it's your kid, you can't separate the emotions. And that's why you got to have a team. You got to have representation when it comes to negotiating with these gyms, because you are going to see your kid in a particular light. And when they try to devalue them, because that's negotiation and business, right? It's hard to take the emotions out. It's near impossible. So it's very challenging, and you got to maintain your emotions. I saw some of the clips you guys posted. It's like, when you're talking about assault of a coach and all that, that's guys who don't know how to manage and control their emotions, and then they teach their kids that, right? So that's that. But on the flip side, the guys that we've interviewed on the DB Network, the number one DB corner coming out of 2027, right? Joshua Dobson. Mm-hmm. We've interviewed Micah Fleming, 4-star, about to be 5-star guy, running up 4.3 out of Alabama. Guys got, and I'll tell you this: the same thing is over and over, and it's a very involved father who knows what to do, the trainers who is pushing them, but it's this, I don't know. Is
there a fine line?
Yeah, there's this fine line of pushing them, but it has to be the kid's choice. So it's tough. It's hard for me because, my daughter, she's 14. She doesn't have an athletic bone in her body. And I'm like, it's tough for me as a former pro athlete, but my wife says, hey, look, go chill, so it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, you guys, because this is all new. The dynamic that my kid makes more than me, like, how do I have to manage that, right? Now he's helping the family, and this coach from Notre Dame is putting him on the bench. Like, I'm pissed off. How do I manage that? Recruiting, I'm feeling like the coach isn't helping with the recruiting or something, So I'm finding that the families are having a tough time, and some of the coaches are saying the families are asking for too much, and so it's very interesting dynamic. But hey, manage it, or get some help managing it for sure. We are on to our next topic, you guys, and we'll start off with you, a little bit out of order here, but we'll go to you, Guru. Joey Aguilar, the Tennessee quarterback, looks like he's going to get another year. I didn't even know you could have a restraining order on the NCAA, but he's got a restraining order on the NCAA saying that he can't play. And he graduated, Guru, in 2018. We are in 2026, so he's almost coming up on 10 years of being out of high school. Had a couple of years in junior college, then played at App State. But you tell me, Guru, what do you think? He has not played 4 years of D1 football. He has not. But he is he's 8 years out of high school. Do you think that Joey should have another year, or you think it's time for a young buck to get a shot?
Hey, man, you're done. Man, come on, man. You almost 30 years old out here with these kids, man. What is wrong with you, man? Like, seriously, like, you like 27 years old, dude. Like, come on, man. But here's the thing. That's what we're going to start seeing is guys are going to be finding loopholes because of NIL situations, man, and what these kids, how much money they're making. They're going to milk it as much as they can. Now, here's my question. And I don't, I really don't feel like, he's per se an NFL caliber quarterback. But T, we talked about this a lot off the air, is how are these guys extending, or should we say overextending their college careers? How is that going to affect the NFL? Because if you look at it in some cases, man, these guys going to the league are taking a pay cut. So it's almost like, it's not like us that are on this show. The league isn't the goal anymore. The goal is just to go D1. That's the goal. Paycheck. If you can go D1, especially D1 Power 5, you in there. If you're a D1 Power 5 starter, oh, I'm good. The league is like whatever. Like, yeah, if I get there, cool. If I'm not. But these boys are doing everything they can to find legal loopholes that extend their careers because of that reason, man. I mean, it's like that's, yeah, man. And it's like that's the part that you don't, that's starting to really sour as far as the college ranks, man. Like, man, do what you do, ball out and move on, dog. Come on, man.
I hear you. Yeah, if he was about to be number 1 overall, then he probably
but like, come on, man.
He's gonna milk it. Mark, should the junior college NAIA prep school you went to Fort Union, should that count against your eligibility?
Hey, just to let you guys know, I played 3 years in the league. I was out of the NFL by like 25. You got guys still in college, like you mentioned, 27, 28, 26.
5 more years.
It's wild, right? But here's what I'll say. I have a lot of discussions with a couple of my buddies who are in the game. And I'll say this. It's the Wild West right now, right? College football is the Wild West. So when it's the Wild West, that means there's no regulation. It's chaos. So a lot of times that's your way to move up the ladder. When it's chaos, man. And if Tennessee thinks and I'm gonna tell you what I think is the problem. But if Tennessee thinks he's dope and he still got the eligibility and NCAA allows it, man, go get money, right? Go win. We just saw Indiana do it. You had the right coach. You got enough money. Shoot, go win. Now, here's the problem, in my opinion. The problem is college football should make more money, do way better from a business standpoint than the NFL, right? You got people who are diehard loyal fans to their school, their university, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, who is the NCAA? Like, who runs it? Well, I'll tell you. Academic presidents and chancellors and people who, like, man, they don't know how to run a business. I mean, because I have a company that's builds software platforms for universities, and when you really get into the weeds of it, it's terribly run. It's like awful. Everything's fragmented. It's just terribly run. But it's part of the American dream to go get your education. You got to have that to do X, Y, and Z. So they make money. But man, business wise, it's terrible. So my thing is, run it like the NFL. The NFL has, like, you have billionaire owners, right? You got 32 billionaire owners who obviously either family, part of a generational wealth, or they made it out the mud and they became a billionaire or whatever. And then they hired one dude, the commissioner, to make the decisions in their best favor in the business, right? Instead of all this different, this and this. So my thing, I think that what I would do is I would, if I'm the Big Ten, the SEC, and ACC, I'm leaving the NCAA. What y'all gonna do? Just leave them. I'll get the TV rights, form a league of 50 teams, and we're gonna split it up and play. And then we're gonna the student athlete thing. Come on, let's be real, man. These guys are getting paid to play now, right?
Yeah, nobody's going to class anymore, man.
They don't even go to class. They do online school. And what is that? What do you think that really consists of, right? All right.
Call of Duty.
Exactly. So let's stop the fake. It's a business, and let's regulate it. And now you can bring in more money. You got control of it, and now you don't got these guys, these pipsqueaks in the school who care more about the academics, calling the shots for your athletic business. Yeah. So that's my opinion on it.
Good point. Well, it looks like you guys, if you sue, you can get some more time. So I know we got some athletes, junior college football, wondering if they're going to be able to get those years back. Call Pavia, call Aguilar, figure out what you got to do right there. All right. And these boys got plenty of money too, Sue, after the NIL contracts they got. We are on to our next topic, you guys, with the great Mark Parson. And this is a good one right here, and I'll start off with you, Guru. We got Jaden Ott. I'm out in the Bay Area, and he was a superstar, man. Freshman year, sophomore year at Cal Berkeley, over 1,000 yards each year, I believe, was getting paid at Berkeley, decided to take a bigger check from Oklahoma. And in his words, Guru, he said he fell off the face of the earth. They interviewed him at the Senior Bowl. You see his stats from this past year, 21 carries, no touchdowns. This is somebody that was a Doak Campbell finalist and just totally fell off at Oklahoma. A little bit of injuries, but was never the same. Guru, how do we stop somebody from having the portal fall off? I'm an athlete. I'm in the portal. I just signed up to go from App State to North Carolina. Guru, tell me how I make sure I don't fall off.
Well, man, you have to really see where you're at, man. Some kids, man, kind of overproject themselves, right? They overproject themselves. Like, it's one of those things where sometimes you actually, here's one thing that I don't understand. Some kids actually don't realize, damn, maybe I'm good where I'm at. Just maybe I'm good where I'm at. What about that? It doesn't always have to be this bag chasing, because in business, man, you know, you're a business owner. You don't make moves, man, 6 inches in front of your face. You have to look beyond that. You have to look out as when a business owner. Well, what is, if you're in Q1, you have to be looking at Q4 and Q1 of the next year. You don't just look at Q1 and that's it. So this kid overprojected himself. I guarantee if he would have stayed at Cal, he would have had another 1,000 yards to 1,200 yards, and we're having a totally different conversation. Totally different, man. And these kids are chasing the bag short term, and it's a large chance that you can lose long term, man.
Mark, what's your thoughts? How do I not fumble it, or how do I keep production high when I'm in the portal?
You know, I'm about to turn 40 this year, and it's taken me this long to form a decision-making process. Like I was an idiot as an 18-year-old, 20-year-old. So the question would be, who's advising you, right? Who's your team? Because back to, if it's a parent, guess what? Emotions are involved, and then you got money involved. Ooh, emotions and money don't mix, baby. You know, so you may, I don't know how much he got paid, you know, chasing a bag, but like you said, like Guru talking about, man, you gotta make a solid decision, especially if you're balling, you're comfortable where you are. It's not like you're going from, we got a kid, Michael Coates Jr. He led the country. He was at Nevada, play corner. He was in Nevada. He's not getting paid a lot of money, but he led the country in pass breakups, right? So he thought he was actually going to have to go to the draft, but he had another year of eligibility. So guess what? Instead of going into the NFL, I'm going to stay in college. I got interest because I did so well at this group of 5 school, right? And West Virginia said, yo, we're going to pay you a bag to come out here and you can play big time ball. So moving up from where he was, it makes more sense, right? But to move from ACC to SEC, like you're balling at Cal and you feel comfortable, the coaches like you, the fans like you, and you're doing your thing. Hey man, you take risks, just like I took risks to go to Fort Union. Guess what? Just how it panned out, it could actually go the other way too, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, you got to be okay with it. You make your decision, you live and die with that decision, you learn the lesson. So you can't get on the article last, but like, man, my whole career went, bro, you made a decision, take full responsibility for your decisions, and then move on.
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed. They're saying here he was 3rd string all year. They were labeling him a bust, and I saw the young man. He was talented from day one, you know. Yeah, so hopefully, go ahead, Guru.
I was about to say, I mean, but that's the thing about it, TV. You got to think about it, man. Sometimes it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like you want to challenge yourself, but you got to think about it. If I'm already the man at Cal, you didn't think once, what the hell, Oklahoma? It's Oklahoma. They've been cranking out running backs for the last 40 years. So
it's almost running back you.
It's almost running back you. So you didn't think for once what the hell else they have in the running back room? You just thought it was just gonna be you in there by yourself, like they don't have three or four more dudes just like you. That didn't cross your mind at all. And that's what I be trying to understand.
And running backs come a dime a dozen. Everybody play running back when they're in little league or high school, right?
Yeah,
So
you're a
like
fumble away from being on the bench. And to Guru's point, if the kid coming in is legit and pops, that's done.
It's over.
It's done.
It's over. So sometimes,
especially,
folks,
especially if he's from Texas or Oklahoma.
Yeah, for sure. So sometimes it's okay to be a big fish in a small pond, right? That's okay. Because if you look long term, hey man, you put yourself on the map, your stats gonna be right. Everybody loves you. You don't have to worry about, man, like somebody coming in nudging you out of your spot. Like it, man, like, nah, man, sometimes, man, it's okay to be, you really have to assess where you're at before you hop into this portal, man, and run after a bag for a short-term win. Man.
Good point. And yeah, he's got the money, so hopefully he's doing right by the money, but the career kind of took a dip. We are on to our next topic, you guys, and we are with the great Mark Parson. We're almost to the end of the show, so if you got a question, get it ready because you got a Q&A opportunity at the end. But this is the lightning round, baby. This is Mark's first time going through the lightning round. If you are joining us for the first time, this is our version of word association. He's got 60 seconds. I got my list here. Now, Mark was fast. We're going to see if he can go fast on my list. Mark, we don't just do this for fun, brother. We actually have a dinner on the lightning round. So if you can get to 15, because Garrison, good job last week, got to 15. I think he actually tied Marvell Smith. So if you can get to 15 or higher, then it's a dinner on me and Guru. All right. Now, you got 60 seconds. I got a list. I got people. I got either or. I've got some straight up questions. You have to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. That's all you got to do. First thing that comes to your mind, do not elaborate. Do not elaborate. All right. He's got 60 seconds. Let's get it ready, baby. Let's get that stopwatch ready and see if Mark can get to 15 or higher. Now, he gets one for tech delay because where you at? Are you in the VA, Mark? Where you at?
Yep, in Virginia.
Okay, so he's in Virginia. I'm in California. Guru's in Texas. So we're going to give him one for tech delay. And then, we got our special trivia at the end, a new twist. All right, so he's got double zeros on the clock. He's got 60 seconds. All right, Mark. The first thing that comes to your mind when I say what's on my list. All right, see if he can get to 15. Number one, Mark. Fork Union Military School. Go.
Eddie George.
Sweet potato pie or cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
NIL.
Big money.
Best player you ever played against?
Andre Johnson.
Frank Solich.
Nebraska.
Favorite game day song?
Put On by Jeezy.
Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick?
Michael Vick.
The best coach you've ever had?
Sean Payton.
Favorite wing flavor? 50 seconds.
Honey barbecue.
Trip to Spain or trip to Jamaica?
Jamaica.
The transfer portal?
Terrible.
DB Network. Time. All right, give us that. DB Network. What you got?
I was gonna say the number one DB community in the world.
Thanks.
All right. We're gonna give it to him. Baby. And one more time, what'd you say about Portal?
I said terrible.
Terrible. That's right. All right. We're going to give it to him, baby. Now, he's got one for tech delay, and we got our twist coming. All right, so let's add them up and see if he can get to 15. Number one, Fork Union Military School, his old school. He says Eddie George. Eddie George went there. Number two, sweet potato pie cheesecake. He says, give me the cheesecake. Number three, NIL. He says, big money. Yes, it is. Number four, best player you ever played against, his former teammate, Andre Johnson. Number 5, Frank Solich, his old coach at Ohio U, Nebraska. That's where he was before then. Number 6, favorite game day song, Put On by Jeezy. I'm right with you there. Number 7, Lamar Jackson or old school Michael Vick. He says, give me the Mike Vick. Number 8, the best coach you've ever had. He said, did you say Coach Sean Payton?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Number 9, favorite wing flavor, honey barbecue. Number 10, trip to Spain or Jamaica. He says, give me Jamaica. Number 11, the transfer portal. He says, terrible. And then number 12, the DB Network, his company with the great D Majet. He says the number 1 DB community in the world. So with the tech delay, he is at 13, you guys. He is at 13. Now that's critical. That's critical because he needed to reach 15, and you guys know what we got next. We got Strike It Gold trivia, baby. We got Strike It Gold trivia. So this is the last portion of the show. If you have a Q&A for Mark, put it in the chat right now. The chat section is ready. Put it in the chat right now. But Strike It Gold trivia is here, and this is huge because you get 2 points. You get 2 points if you get the trivia question right. He's at 13. Can he get to the tie for the lead at 15 for the dinner? Let's see. Q, do you have our trivia question?
Of course the guru got the question, man. So the question for this evening for Strike It Gold trivia is, which university is number 1 for all-time FBS college football wins? So is it Michigan, SC, the Ohio State University, no offense, or Navy?
All right. I know it's not USC, so I'm gonna you know what? I think I know who it is, because I know Ohio University was before Ohio State. So Ohio State isn't it, even though they're balling right now. It's not Navy. I'm gonna go with Michigan. I think I remember Michigan played Notre Dame or something like. I think they were before them, so I'm gonna go with Michigan.
Actually, do we have an answer?
You know what, folks? Actually, Michigan is the correct answer with 1,020 FBS wins.
Michigan is.
Give him the 2. Give him the 2.
Hey, he knows his football. He played in Ohio, but he knew that one. And I like the way he did the math on it. I like the way he did the math on it. So, hey, 2 points. 2 points right there. He comes through in the clutch. So we actually have a 3-way tie. We have Mark. We have Garrison, the young superstar out of Georgia, and then we have the former Super Bowl champ, Marvell Smith, in a tie for 15, you guys. So if nobody surpasses these gentlemen, then Q, we gotta have a showdown, brother.
It's too early in the year. We got 3-way.
The Strike It Gold trivia is coming through. These gentlemen know their trivia. We're bringing the right people to you in the locker room. So great job, Mark. And before we let you go, and if you do have a question, you're with us live, now's the time. Put it in the chat section. But Mark, before we let you go, man, I know you're in VA. Don't want to keep you long, but the DB Network, we already mentioned it. I know D is working with you on it. You guys produce amazing content on social media. I mean, you guys break it down. I wish I would have had this when I was an athlete. Tell me the inspiration behind it, and tell me what the athletes can get out of it.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it brief, but take you all the way back. When I got cut from the Saints, I came back to Richmond, and I have all this information about how to make it. Like, I have the blueprint. Came back to my high school, Monacan High School, and I'm telling the guys, hey, this is what you could do, and they looked at me like I was some old dude that didn't know what he was talking about. So I'm like, man, and they ended up having the worst year in the history of the school that year too. But so what I did was, I was like, this is 2013-ish. So I just started putting it out for free on the YouTube. And I had this video, my video page called Cornerback Pro. So I was the first of all, I put my one-on-ones in 2006 when YouTube first came out. I was the first person to put one-on-ones critique on YouTube. Like, matter of fact, it's so cool how many people I've actually touched. Because I remember we interviewed Will Blackman, and he was like, yo, he was like, Mark, you're the original. And yo, he played some great ball, and I didn't hear him. He was like, yo, you're the original. I used to watch you when I was with the Packers. I was like, wow, right?
Yeah,
so
Will was nice, man.
Yeah, man. So I put up all of his information. I had over 1,000 videos, and then 2017 Rivals. I still got a bump. I got a beef with them. They got me. They put in a grievance against me on YouTube for copyright infringement. And I'm like, everybody does clipping and critiques and like all of that, and nobody tripped.
And you're helping people.
Right. So they gave me, so YouTube just listened to them, gave me 3 days to delete all those videos. I got 1,000 videos with different one-on-ones and stuff like this. I got a big following, making money off of it. And boom, they canceled my YouTube channel. So I was like, oh man, I put 1,000 videos out there. So I was hurt. I stopped doing anything for about a year. And then I started seeing this guy posting all of these breakdowns. And I'm like, man, so I DM him. This is probably 2019 or 18. I was like, man, I really like your stuff, man. And it was D, and he was working for somebody else. And he was like, hey man, I learned from you like years ago when I was in Hawaii. So we became friends. He actually got let go by the other company. We came together. We said, look, let's start the DB network, dude. So we have our plan. We start the DB network. He's great at what he does. I'm great at what I do. And now, I mean, it's grown. Like, we're impacting so many people. We have a community. It's on schools. So you go to our page, the DB network, you'll see we got over 1,000 people in this particular platform. We got about almost 90,000 on our social media, but we got 1,000 people where we are bringing coaches. We got all the D1 coaches, DB coaches coming on interviews, head coaches interviews. We got parents. We got 4-star, 5-star guys. We got guys from international, all focused in the same lane, and iron, like, the iron sharpens iron, like working together to get better and building real bonds and friendships. And it's just amazing. We got programs, we got speed training, and it's all in there. It's not just us. It's the community helping each other. Yeah, that's what it is. So
wow,
so it's been great.
Wow, that's huge, man. A community of DBs, you guys. If you are a safety, a cornerback, what's the age? Do I got to be a certain age, Mark?
Man, you could be a coach, you could be an executive, you could be a parent, you could be a girl flag football player. Everybody's on that thing, man, all over the world.
That's dope.
Wow, that is huge, dope, man. And many of you guys, because our audience is in the know, so many of you guys have already seen their work. Whether you realize it or not, you guys have already seen how these guys serve. We've had D on in the locker room. He's going to come back, but you guys do a phenomenal job. You guys truly have a hand in helping that next generation of defensive backs. And like you said, now it's even the girls. So this is huge. What's the best way for people to find you guys? What's the website?
So you could just go to our social media.
Social media, okay.
Yeah, so DB _ matter of fact, right there, DB _ network, right at the top left.
There you go. There you go. Right. You guys go to the social media. Make sure you follow them so that you guys can get all the notifications. There is no excuse if you are a DB. You don't want it if you don't tap in with these cats, because they are on it. They're showing NFL film, college film, full breakdown, and you're getting real content, real instructions from pros. Yeah. So this is huge, you guys. Hey, we appreciate you, Mark. That was huge, man. Great stories. We love what you're doing, and thanks for joining us.
I appreciate you guys, and anytime you want me on here, I'll be on here, man. So I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun.
Definitely. Yes, appreciate it, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So there you guys have it. That is the great Mark Parson, guru. I mean, come on, man. What if you would have had that type of access?
Yeah, man. That just, man, it makes you that much sharper, man. Like, I mean, I see them come across my feed and I comment all the time because I'll be scrolling and I'll see some breakdown of tape like, he should have went inside out on that coming in the field, and I'll comment on it. Like, it just, man, like you said, it's iron sharpens iron. But if you're, a guy like ourselves, that's a veteran, been there, done that, it's like you'll find yourself commenting and throwing some sauce, commenting on the clip. for these young guys, man, that are trying to get better, man. So I love it. I comment all the time when they post something, man, because they just have it just really helps kids get better, man, and help them get technically sound.
To think the game and it helps them prepare, and that's why you guys are so advanced nowadays. What's your opinion when he said he went back to the school and they just thought he was the old head and they didn't really need to listen to him?
I mean, you know what, man? Sometimes it's like that, man. We have a man, a generation where, man, it's kind of like if they don't, some of this generation is if you don't have, hundreds of thousands of followers, you're not worth listening to, right? And you can have all the sauce in the world. So you kids, you have to understand, you don't gauge older persons or any person, but especially someone that's been there, done that, what you're trying to do. Don't gauge them by their amount of followers or whatever the case, how you all, in this age group gauge people's value, right? If you have somebody that has been where you're trying to get to and was successful, I don't care if they have 11 followers on Instagram. You might want to listen to what that man has to say, because there's people out here with 1 million followers that don't know a damn thing about what they supposedly talking about on the gram.
Yeah, especially if they've been where you're trying to go. That's a no-brainer, you guys. And they're trying to help you. They're constructively trying to help you. So, hey, that was a great show. Run that back. A lot of you guys really need to let that sink in, especially the story about how he got to Ohio. That was big time. And that's how it goes down when it's your time. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of tonight's show. I know you did. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you bring a friend next week. We've got another great show next week. And I'm going to tell you what, he's affiliated with the team that's in the ACC. All right. So we got the ACC coming in the house next week. So we're giving it to you guys. No off season on the Locker Room Show. That's Guru. I'm Coach Wood. We'll see you at the top, baby.